Everyone, my name is Malavika. I'm a student of Asia Mercantile and Maritime Academy. This mail reading session is a part of our online education, and my topic for today is about the Maritime India Vision of 2030. So, the Maritime India Vision of 2030 is actually a 10-year blueprint for the development of India's maritime sector. It was presented by the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, and he had actually consulted with more than 350 public and private stakeholders to form this vision. It actually involves the development of ports and creating more jobs and increasing the revenue for the ports. India actually has a 7,500 long coastline with 12 major ports and more than 200 non-major ports. So India's maritime sector is actually very important for the growth of India's economy. The Maritime India Vision of 2030 consists of more than 150 initiatives that will cover 10 broad themes for the development of India's maritime sector. So this Maritime India Vision also shows how the current state of the maritime sector in India currently is. So currently in India, there are two major ports which is ranked among the top 40 container ports globally. That is the JNPT port, which is at the 33rd position, and the Mundra port, which is at the 37th position. The cargo traffic in India has also increased from 2014. Currently, we are handling around 1,307 million tons per annum. And before 2014, we were only handling around 855 million tons per annum. But another thing is that even though India has a transshipment hub in Kochi, we are only able to handle around 25% of Indian cargo transshipment within India. The rest of the cargo is actually handled outside of India, which is actually a loss of revenue for India, and it also increases the risk of trade dependence. So there is a need for us to develop our transshipment hub and also our infrastructure to get the best out of our ports. India actually has over 5,000 long navigable inland waterways. We can use these waterways to transport our cargo within India. It is said that transportation of cargo through waterways is actually much more cheaper than any other mode of transportation. Right now, only 19% of our cargo is being transported through inland waterways. India also ranks among the second in world globally in ship recycling and also 21st in shipbuilding. India is also ranked among the top 5 countries in providing trained seafarers. India is actually currently providing 70% of the global seafarers. So the Maritime India Vision of 2020 actually covers certain guidelines for its formulation. The first one is analyzing the challenges to the initiatives. So there are more than 150 initiatives that is being developed. So while building this Maritime India Vision, we need to analyze what are the challenges to the initiatives. Is there any problems in implementing the initiatives? Even after it's implemented and we achieve the target, will there any more challenges occur in the future? The second principle is innovation by utilizing latest technology. So we have to use the latest technology that is used globally. Instead of using the same outdated technology, we need to find ways we can incorporate the latest globally accepted technology into our ports. Third one is creating time-bound action plan. So we need to create a certain time limit within which we need to achieve our initiatives and our goals. Fourth one is benchmarking to understand the current standing. So a certain benchmark has to be created to understand where our ports and our maritime sector is currently at. We need to, only if we understand the current standing of our maritime sector, can we actually we can only understand what we need to achieve for the maritime sector to grow. Then the next point is addressing capability building and human resources. We need to find ways to build our human resources. We need to provide trained labor for seafarers and also for dock workers. Then the next point is ideas to achieve waste to wealth. Instead of creating more waste, we need to find ways to convert this waste into wealth, into creating revenue for our ports. So the Maritime India Vision 2030, as I said, covers around 150 initiatives. I'm now going to talk about some of the major initiatives. These initiatives have actually been grouped as for ports, shipping, and waterways. The first one is for ports. For the first initiative is actually developing world-class infrastructure. This involves building mega ports, increasing the draft at all the 12 major ports, and also increasing the transshipment capabilities at some of the ports in India. The second initiative is developing smart ports. This involves developing of a national logistics portal marine, which will enable all the people involved in the maritime sector to be connected with each other easily. This will also allow processing of the import and export cargo easily, passing of information also, it will make it much more efficient. Also, there's a need for re-engineering of the existing processes. Some of the ports in India are already using digital means to share information and get many of the processes done. So there's a need to make it more simpler and more user-friendly for the stakeholders of the maritime sector. The third initiative is reducing logistical cost and enabling multimodal shift. This actually involves promoting of coastal shipping, improving the port efficiency, and also improving the infrastructure at each port. And the last major initiative is the building safe, sustainable, and green maritime sector. So this actually involves using renewable resources like renewable energy at the ports instead of just using fuel and non-renewable resources. And then another thing is making sure that each port has a zero accident vision. So that involves improving the safety precautions and parameters at each port, and also involves improving the air quality and reducing the water consumption by the ports. So the next initiative, it's for the shipping. For shipping, the first one is becoming Atmanirbhar in shipbuilding, repair, and recycling. So India wants to expand the domestic ship repair market and also the domestic shipbuilding market, and also promote the waste to wealth. Currently, India is actually in ship recycling, it's at the second position, and in shipbuilding, it's at the 21st position. So India wants to improve that and become the top. The second initiative is reforming shipping policy and strengthening of institutional framework. This actually involves reforming of the shipping bill and promoting increased tonnage under the Indian flag, and also promoting sector development and marine development fund. Then the next initiative is enhancing India's global stature to become a maritime partner. So India wants to improve its representation under the International Maritime Organization, and also wants to improve the transportation of cargo from the north-south transport corridor. The fourth initiative is development of ocean, coastal, and island cruise hub in India. This actually involves the development of more than 10 cruise terminals, and also the development of more than 5 team-based island cruise travels. The next one is the final initiative is the promoting of world-class maritime research and development and training. This involves establishing a maritime knowledge cluster so that more people are able to access knowledge about the maritime sector, and also implementing maritime institutions to train more people to work in the maritime sector. Also, it involves establishing dedicated cruise training academies. The final initiative is for the waterways. Under this, the first one is promoting the movement of cargo through inland waterways. So movement of cargo through inland waterways is actually much more cheaper than other modes of movement such as road and rail. So India wants to actually develop and operationalize 23 national waterways for the movement of cargo through these waterways. Also, they want to improve the connectivity through multimodal terminals. The second initiative is enhancing river cruise tourism. Under this, there's a development of the cruise terminals and at 16 locations to enhance the river cruise tourism, which will help to increase the revenue for India. The third one is the developing of urban water transport and on inland waterways. This involves operationalizing of more than 60 cruise terminals and also promoting the terminal development of these cruise terminals. So the next topic is about the Maritime India Vision's targets, like that is what they want to achieve by 2020. So this actually involves about 10 major targets that they want to achieve. The first one is they want to develop at least 3 major ports to be able to handle capacity of more than 300 million tons per annum. The second one is India wants to be able to handle more than 75% of its cargo transshipment within India itself. So this will actually help to increase the revenue for India, and it will also reduce the risk of cargo dependence on other countries. India also wants to handle more than 85% of cargo at major ports. The fourth one is the vessel turnaround time has to be reduced to less than 20 hours on average at each port. The vessel turnaround time actually involves the time that it takes for a vessel to come into the port, to unload and then load and then leave the port. This actually shows the efficiency of each port. So by reducing the time, we can actually show the world that the vessel turnaround time the efficiency of the port has actually improved. The fifth point is reducing the number of hours of dwell time. So the dwell time is the amount of time that the ship spends at the port. So India actually wants to spend for each ship less than 40 hours at each port. The dwell time is actually connected with the vessel turnaround time. So if we can improve either the dwell time or the vessel turnaround time, we can, it's actually codependent. If you improve the vessel turnaround time, the dwell time will also reduce. Then the sixth point is India wants to be able to handle more than 30,000 gross tonnage on daily. That means each ship coming in has to be able to handle, the ports should be able to handle at least 30,000 all around India. The seventh one is India wants to be ranked as the first in the top 10 global ship recycling rank. So right now, India is actually only at the second place. So India wants to find the infrastructure to be able to get to the first place. Then the eighth point is having more than 15,000 annual cruise passengers. So by increasing the cruise passengers, India will be able to increase the revenue for cruise tourism. Then the ninth point is increasing the number of seafarers globally. So right now there's only 17% of Indian seafarers globally. India wants to increase that to more than 20%. And the last point is having 60% of renewable energy at all ports. That is all about my topic. Thank you.
Fantastic, Malavika.
Thank you, sir.
I request all